Blatant, obvious cheating. Aimbot. Ban this cheater using aimbot. This post on Twitter has over 70 million impressions, and the person who posted it is getting absolutely destroyed in the comments. I mean, just the audacity to post these clips which are clearly aimbot, pretending it's actually skill. They get what they deserve. Unless maybe they're not cheating. Not only is this probably not any form of hacking or aimbotting, but you or I could actually replicate this with enough practice and the right setup. Now, the reason I'm talking about this is because clearly most people, most gamers in fact, strongly believe that this person is cheating. And I'll play the clips now so you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's a very snappy, sus looking aim, switching between targets extremely quickly and locking onto them. Sometimes the enemy isn't even in the frame. In some cases, there's barely any time at all firing between the targets. Most of us know what an aimbot exe has looked like if we've played video games for long enough, and this is basically that. There's also this clip where they randomly lock onto an enemy behind a rock. Also, yes, the cat girl thing, I mean, I don't understand it either, but for the purpose of this video, let's focus on the aim in question, since that's what most people are talking about. Clearly, this is cheating, but let's pretend for a second that it's not. After all, they are actually professional players with aim that is way more sus than this. Tens, for example, has some clips that will go down in the history books and will be watched for years to come. I mean, some of these clips just look impossible. Then there's Bolo, a professional Rainbow Six player. Everyone was sure that this guy was cheating until he was signed to a team and played like this on the main stage. Even outside of professional players, there are absolute aim demons out there that, plain and simple, are just not hacking. Viscos, for example, is not a pro player, but is one of the top aimers in the world. And believe it or not, she's not cheating. She even has a channel where she breaks down the nuance and details of how to achieve aim that looks like this. And this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are players out there who specialize in target switching like it's their job. Now, I don't mean to come across as condescending or disrespectful if you don't really understand what's happening in these clips at first glance, because of course, video games for most people, just a bit of fun, bit of entertainment, something fun to do after work with a bunch of mates, and it's totally possible that you have 2,000 plus hours in Call of Duty and your aim looks nothing like what I've just shown you. But also, consider the other side. There's a small group of people where video games, and specifically aiming in them, is like their only hobby. Not only is it a hobby, it's an obsession. That same 2,000 hours has been spent, relentlessly practicing and training their aim, playing and fine-tuning with all of these different settings and upgrading their setup, spending thousands of dollars to get the lowest latency possible. Once you pull back the curtain just a little bit, now this sort of aim doesn't seem so unreasonable. This specific aim though, this snappy target switching aim, has become really popular lately. I think people intentionally do it just for clips because it's like as close as you can get to looking like an aimbot without actually using cheats. People intentionally play like this for clicks, views, and also for others to say that they're hacking. To them, it's a bit of a compliment because, I mean, if someone is certain that you're aimbotting, but it's really just your own natural ability, that is a massive confidence boost. Something else to note is that this is just a handful of clips in what is probably a 5-hour plus gaming session. Riley, who is the person who posted this, is not this accurate all the time. I know because I checked their stream, and while there were plenty of really nice clip-worthy moments, there were also plenty of misses. Most of the time, they weren't even at the top of the leaderboard. And no, that's not just them toggling their hacks on and off. Their aiming speed and style was the same no matter what. The only thing that really changed was whether the enemy was looking at them and shooting back. They also do play with a hand cam, which matches the physical mouse movement to the cursor. As far as I can see, it's perfect. Besides, if you slow down any of the sus clips and look closely, there is plenty of overflicking and corrections. This is not what aimbotting looks like at all. Crazy how the reticle keeps snapping instantly from one enemy to the next. I think this specifically is what sells this style of aim as aimbot, because most people see this and it just looks humanly impossible. It looks like physically impossible to move your mouse that fast and stop so abruptly. In reality, this is actually very achievable. Grab a lightweight mouse, a cloth mouse pad with a lot of stopping power, ramp up your sensitivity to something moderate to high, and just simply try and make every mouse movement as snappy as you can, moving the mouse quickly and stopping really abruptly. In addition to that, you can throw on some mouse acceleration, which multiplies your sensitivity above a certain input speed and looks really unnatural. And there you go, you have now really snappy aim. Then you just practice that for 5 hours a day for 3 years and you get the absolute aim demons that you see popping up today. Again, for some, gaming is just a bit of time to chill out and relax. For others, it's about drinking 3 white monsters and trying to beat your personal best in an aim trainer, or farming some clips. Even for myself, I practiced this style of aiming for 1 afternoon and yeah, it just looks not normal. Am I at the level of some of the people that I've shown you in this video? Absolutely not, but also it's at least close enough to the point where I can tell myself if I did practice this relentlessly and I was obsessed with it, yeah, I definitely could be. Again, it's intentionally trying to look aimbotty and unnatural, and most of the time is not even the most effective way to play. There is one clip though from Riley which is extremely sus. After eliminating one target, they flick to a new one behind a rock. The truth is, this does look like aimbotting, and I honestly don't know whether they're cheating or not. But one thing I can say, this whole flicking to random stuff immediately after a kill is totally normal for this style of aiming. Even for myself, practicing like this for a couple of hours, I found myself just preemptively switching to something new after I had cleared a target. Sometimes there was someone there, sometimes there wasn't. I'm sure if I did this for long enough like an absolute psycho, I'd probably get some really suspect clips as well. Let's also not forget that there's the mini-map and audio cues. It's totally possible that this schizo aiming is just a reflex and they forgot there was a rock there. So for Riley specifically, I don't think they're aimbotting. You can clearly see the over flicking and the corrections in like all of the clips. And of course, I mean, there's the mouse cam as well, which really closely matches all of the cursor movements as far as I can see. If Battlefield can't kick incredibly obvious 100% confirmed aimbot cheaters like this, I have zero interest in the game. EA needs to ban fake players like this or the game won't stand a chance. This is what surprised me the most, and it's the entire reason I decided to make this video. I don't care about defending these people. I don't care if they're cheating or not. These clips aren't even the craziest ones that I've seen, but it's the response from most people. I've clicked on some of these profiles and most of them, you can tell, play games. It's the fact that these gamers just don't believe something like this is even close to being humanly possible. I'm not denying that people aimbot. Of course, there is plenty of cheating in video games, but to me, it's pretty clear when someone is cheating. At no point in any of these clips was Riley actually locking on to heads or any cursor movement that looked like soft aim. It's mostly just really fast target switching, having decent reflexes and mouse control. That's what you're seeing here, and it is absolutely achievable if it's something that you want to practice and get really good at. I'm actually really interested in what you guys have to say about this, because I know I do dabble in the, enthusiast FPS stuff every now and then. I've done videos on mouse acceleration and like really lightweight mice, for example, but a lot of you guys do just follow me for PC builds and more of the mainstream tech stuff. But yeah, that's it from me. Let me know what you think of this down below.